All we're trying to do is come to a public.
Be prepared to see Karen receive hard karma in real time as her actions backfire spectacularly. This video captures the exact moment her behavior leads to immediate and impactful consequences, serving up a powerful lesson on accountability. In the first story, a video emerged showed an erratic woman on a city road. The scenes recorded a series of worrying meetings when the woman seemed to be influenced by drugs, disrupted traffic, and confronted with passersby. On September 23, 2021, a recording was opened with a woman in black shorts and leopard decoration heads standing in the middle of a crowded street in Texas. Her movement is erratic and worrying. She constantly stomped her foot and waved, seemingly blocking traffic. She starts by hitting the front of a white truck, shouting at the driver, who seems helplessly stuck in the situation. Her aggressive behavior continues as she crosses to the other side of the street. A man dressed in beige trousers and a burgundy top steps in to defuse the situation. He tries to reason with her, urging her to move out of the road.
Oh, sh
But instead of calming down, the woman strikes him in the face. Undeterred, the woman resumes her bizarre performance, dancing in front of oncoming traffic. She picks up her handbag, secures it around her neck, and continues to hit car windows while shouting what, despite the chaos, the drivers remain inside their vehicles, choosing not to confront her directly.
Oh, sh
The woman eventually moves to the sidewalk where the man who previously tried to calm her down is still present. He pleads with her to back off and calm down, but his words fall on deaf ears as she continues to swing her arms aggressively. At this point, a woman with red hair, accompanied by a child of around 10 years old, approaches the scene. As they pass by, the drugged woman lashes out and slaps the red-headed woman in the face. The red-headed woman, far from being passive, responds with fierce determination. The camera captures her and her child actively defending themselves as the drugged woman finds herself pinned against a wall. In a final act of defiance, the woman hits another car before marching across the road. The footage concludes with a disturbing image of her continuing to cause chaos. This video serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and often dangerous behavior that can arise from drug use. While it's essential to approach such situations with empathy and understanding, it's equally important to ensure that individuals in distress receive the help they need. If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse, there are resources and support systems available. Stay safe and be aware of your surroundings. According to Texas Penal Code 42.01, disturbing the peace is defined as shouting or making unnecessary loud noise in a public space, obstructing public traffic, or causing a disturbance in public areas including streets, parking lots, and parks, and provoking, harassing, or annoying others by vulgar or abusive conduct. Karen's actions of shouting, standing, and moving in public areas such as streets or parking lots, obstructing or blocking traffic, violated the framework of this law. This has led to many serious charges against Karen. If convicted, Karen will be classified as a Class B felony with a maximum penalty of up to 180 days in prison and a fine of up to $2,000. Well, according to Texas Penal Code Section 22.02, the crime of aggravated assault is defined as a person who knowingly or recklessly causing serious injury to another person while committing an assault. Karen's uncontrolled, unprovoked attack on a passerby has caused her to violate the provisions of this article. This is a Class 2 crime. With this reckless behavior, the sentence will make Karen face an additional sentence of 2 to 20 years in prison and an administrative penalty of up to $10,000. This specifically depending on the aggravating or mitigating factors in each specific case. Finally, in section 481.115 of the Texas Penal Code, drug possession is the act of holding or controlling an illegal drug with the intent to use or distribute. This crime is classified based on the type of drug and the amount of drug possessed. It lies from the manifestations of screaming, smashing, even crashing into cars or beating people for no reason on the street. It shows that Karen has completely shown signs of drug use. For this crime, the court will make a final sentence based on the amount of drugs that Karen was in possession of. The second story opens with Karen's discriminatory behavior at the dog park. And on December 29, 2022, a video begins with a group of friends taking their dogs to a dog park in Los Angeles, California. They came not only to enjoy the weather, but also to give their pets a chance to socialize with other dogs. But a woman approaches with accusations that ruin their day. And her first words, though seemingly innocuous, were condescending in tone. She began by questioning why they were at the park, even though it was open to the public. The group responded calmly, explaining that they were there to socialize their dogs. However, this explanation seemed to add to her frustration rather than quell it. The woman's complaints shifted from general dissatisfaction to outright accusations.
Hey,
Quit harassing
we can both.
me.
You're harassing me. We're trying to.
Fucking dog out of here.
No,
Mine.
this is my dog. He's calm, and we brought him to the park to socialize with other dogs. We're just trying to go into a public park.
She suddenly asserted that the group did not belong in the park, implying that they were unfit or unworthy to use the public space. Her argument suddenly turned to ethnic identity, implying that the group was not American. This accusation took her friends by surprise, and their initial confusion turned to annoyance.
Trouble, dude.
We have a yard at home.
Cause trouble.
No, we brought him to socialize with other dogs.
Why? Right there's an empty.
You don't own the park, and you
Did I
can't make
say
us
I
leave.
did?
No,
Ass.
you're the bully. Look at you.
As the woman's complaint continued, her accusations became more serious. She insisted that the group was causing trouble and demanded to know their background. Her behavior became increasingly erratic, characterized by loud and aggressive language. And her friends attempted to defuse the situation, remaining calm and politely asserting their right to be there.
My dog.
Okay, so who's approaching who? Who's the bully here? All we're trying to do
I will tell them
is come
who
to
they're
a
gonna
public.
socialize with.
We're trying to. This is a public park.
Because it's a public park. and I'll do
Exactly.
what I want.
It's a
I'm
public,
United
so you
States
can't
American
tell us that we
citizen.
can't come
Are
in.
You?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Despite her efforts, the woman's harassment escalated. She began yelling, attracting the attention of other park goers. Her loud, confrontational behavior disrupted the peaceful environment of the park.
She just said she accused us of not being American citizens. Yeah, you just did. You're on camera.
I just
You're on camera. You put them in your own mouth. I said yes. You said you doubt it. We answered yes. We could watch the video. You're harassing. It's all on camera. People could judge for themselves.
As the confrontation escalated, the friends remained focused on the simple goal of enjoying the park and socializing their dogs. They attempted to reason with the woman, explaining that they had not broken any rules and that the park was open to everyone. But although they remained calm and responded reasonably, the woman's accusations became more nonsensical and hostile. However, the woman was
No,
not
we came
easily
to
appeased.
let our
Her
dog
anger
run
and
around
sense of
and socialize
entitlement were
with other
evident
dogs.
as she argued with the ranger, challenging his authority. Realizing that her words were not moving the group, Karen could only angrily leave. As the situation continued, the group of friends remained calm, choosing not to engage in further arguments. They focused on their dogs and their own enjoyment of the park, despite the constant harassment. The patience was tested, but they refused to let the woman's behavior ruin their day. In California Penal Code 647 defines disorderly conduct in public. Behaviors such as disturbing the peace, making noise, or interfering with the normal activities of others can be prosecuted under this section. The woman's behavior, if it caused unwanted attention and disrupted the peace of the park, could be considered disorderly conduct. The woman was yelling, criticizing, and making noise in the park, which could result in charges under this section, which put her in violation of this law. Depending on the severity of the behavior, penalties could include fines, community corrections, or even a short jail sentence. Generally, disorderly conduct is considered a misdemeanor. In the final story of this video, we take a look at a viral TikTok video that has gone viral. In the video, we witness a violent confrontation between an airline employee and a passenger widely labeled as Karen. On July 22nd, 2021, the video opens with a tense atmosphere at what appears to be a check-in counter at a Texas airport. The airline employee, identified as working for American Airlines, remains professional despite the escalating situation. The woman at the center of the storm, a middle-aged passenger quickly labeled Karen through her actions, appears upset. Her frustration appears to stem from a dispute over the airline's mask policy. The confrontation reportedly began when the woman refused to comply with a federal mask mandate, a regulation enforced in many places for public safety. The situation quickly escalated, according to the employee, when the woman, in a fit of rage, verbally abused one of the airline's employees. And in the video, the employee's manager calmly explains to the woman that her behavior has resulted in her being banned from the flight. He makes it clear that calling the employee a slut was not only unnecessary but also inappropriate. His statement underscores the seriousness of the incident, while also highlighting that the airline's zero-tolerance policy for disrespectful behavior is in effect.
Second of all, you called my employee a bitch. Completely uncalled for, inappropriate, you're not going to travel. We don't tolerate that crap with us at all. So you can find another courier to fly. I'd suggest Karen.
The employee's response was direct and firm. He emphasized that the airline does not tolerate any form of abusive language or behavior. His insistence on this point was not only to maintain order, but also to enforce a standard of respect that is essential for any service-based interaction. He further suggested that if the woman did not want to comply with the airline's policy, she should find an alternative airline, humorously suggesting Spirit Airlines as a viable option. Karen tried to defend herself, trying to explain her actions and downplay the severity of the outburst. Despite her attempts to redirect the conversation and put herself in a more positive light, her arguments fell on deaf ears. The airline employee remained adamant, reiterating that her refusal to comply with the mask order combined with her verbal abuse of the employee had resulted in her being barred from the flight. The airline's decision to bar her from the flight was presented as final and non-negotiable. The video captures several bystanders who appear to have witnessed the entire incident. Their reactions range from shock to disbelief, and their presence added to the employee's account of the incident. Witnesses can often provide an objective perspective that lends legitimacy to the complaints they make. As the video ends, the employee walks away, leaving the woman to grapple with the consequences of her actions. Her departure is marked by a mixture of frustration and resignation, highlighting the personal and public consequences of her behavior. Well, according to Article 42.01 of the Texas Penal Code, public nuisance and abusive conduct are defined as acts that are considered to be public nuisance or abusive. Behavior that is considered public nuisance or abusive includes using vulgar, offensive, or inappropriate language when communicating with others in a public place. Vulgar language can include insulting, or cursing. Loud, boisterous behavior in public, causing others to feel uncomfortable or harassed. This behavior can affect the peace or public order. Karen's behavior of cursing and insulting the airport staff caused her to violate the framework of this law. Public nuisance or abusive conduct under Article 42.01 is classified by level of violation, and the penalty will depend on the severity of the behavior. If the disorderly behavior is more serious, such as making noise continuously for a long time or greatly affecting the public order, the level of a violation may be increased. Penalties may include jail time of up to 180 days and/or a fine of up to $2,000. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about how this situation was handled? Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.